What's going on YouTube? My name is Jason. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Today we're going to be talking about and reviewing my Sig M400 tread. Talk about why I feel like this rifle is one of the best rifles under $1,000. And if you disagree, chime in the comments. You know what I'm saying? I know there's a lot of other great budget rifles, but I'm going to talk about the features this has and why I feel like this is the best or one of the best rifles under $1,000. So full transparency, I bought this gun for $850. This is how it sits, $850. I ended up spending, with the price of the gun plus all this stuff, about $1,600 all in, probably, give or take 100 or two. Probably more on the higher side, probably like 17 after, you know, taxes and everything. But you really don't need to do all that if you just need a budget rifle that works for you. You don't have to add all the stuff I added. So I'll get to what I added to it, but let's talk about the features this gun has for the price range and why I feel like it is leaps and bounds above everything else in its class. So I've done a lot of digging, and it took me a while to actually arrive at getting this, but I've had this gun now for about 2 years, I think. I bought it around when I was like 22. I'm coming up on 24, so yeah, about 2 years. And this thing hasn't given me any issues, but it had a lot of features that really gravitated me towards this gun that, you know, the other guns didn't have. So out of the box, as you can see here, you have a mid-length gas system. So what does that mean? On rifles, the longer the gas system, the less harsh the recoil and the less harsh your parts get beat up and the less harsh your rifle gets beat up. So this has a mid-length. On a lot of guns that are 16 inches, you're going to have a carbine length gas system, which is shorter. So it's going to beat up on your parts, it's going to have a shorter life, and it's going to have a little bit more recoil. Granted, it's 5.56, so take it with a grain of salt, but it can definitely increase the recoil impulse of this gun with the shorter gas system. So it's a good thing this one comes with a mid-length. On top of that, you can see the silver barrel in there. It is stainless steel. So that is huge in terms of longevity, because a stainless steel barrel just not going to rust as easily as like a nitride barrel that some of the cheaper options have. And even a lot of guns in the $1,000 range don't necessarily have this, but you're not really going to find a gun that has a stainless steel barrel under $1,000 per se. There's a few, I think, but not too many. So that's another thing. And then, as you can see here, it has a 3-prong flash hider, which, you know, that the muzzle device works really great on this gun. You don't get any muzzle flash at all. It comes with a Magpul SLK stock, telescoping, of course, so you can put it to where you like it. And it has a Sig pistol grip. This pistol grip feels really nice in hand. And also, to add to the grip, it has this little carrier in here. You can put batteries or other things inside of that. So that's also a little nifty piece to have. And the thing is, you know, on a lot of these A2 guns, you're just getting the A2 pistol grip, which I hate. Get the A2 stock, which is okay, but it's not soft and padded like this. And you get the A2 bird cage, which still works great. You know, it's a very cheap muzzle device and it works fine, but I really like this 3-prong flash hider, and it also looks pretty cool too. I mean, come on, let's be honest. You guys buy guns and you want it to look cool, right? Biggest thing this gun has going for it is that it's ambidextrous. So you have a mag release on this side right here and this side. Move the sling out the way. You can see you have a mag release here. That's what that looks like. And then you also have a safety lever on both sides, which is big. Not too many guns under $1,000 that have ambi controls. I honestly looked, I couldn't really find any. I mean, I looked, you know, the Ruger 5.56, Smith & Wesson M&P 2, 3, the Palmetto State guns, Zion. It's a lot of other manufacturers I looked into that, you know, they're budget options, but they don't have these qualities that this gun has. So you already know you're getting a super durable rifle in terms of the stainless steel barrel. And that kind of leads me to my next point though. So one of the main cons I have with this gun, this is what it comes with out the box. So you're looking at $850 here. You can find them a little bit cheaper. I've seen people find them at $750, $800, right? I got mine for $850. You can get the V2 for about, MSRP is $999. I personally wouldn't buy the V2 for $999 because all you're paying for is an upgraded trigger and the handguard that I have on this rifle. So what I actually looked up, I looked on Reddit, some people were saying that they sent their gun out to Sig if they got the V1 and they replaced this handguard to the other one free of charge. So that's huge because I paid $150 for the upgraded handguard. It came with the handguard, the tool, couple screws, and another barrel nut. So that's one thing. If you are getting this rifle and it has this handguard on there, as you can see, the vents, and well, the M-lock slot stop here, but that also traps a lot of heat in this gun, so you really cannot hold it. If you're just sitting there kind of just going like pow, pow, you know, just shooting really slow, it's not gonna heat up that bad, or he's not that fast. But if you're like, you know, kind of bum 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 bum, you know, letting off rounds kind of quickly, it's gonna get hot. The day I bought this gun, my friend and I went to the range. First mag or two, we noticed like, damn, this is a severe problem. Like I was like, damn, I don't even want to really use this right now, because I got home, the first thing I bought was a handguard, because I was like, man, a lot of you guys are building this for like home defense, or just to have, you know, in case SHTF, we end up in like another situation like 2020, and you really don't want that much heat being soaked into your handguard, because now if it touches you, if it touches your gear, it touches whatever you're carrying, it might burn stuff, it might burn you. It's not comfortable to shoot, and you know, that's just not something you want in your rifle. And I haven't had any failures with this thing at all so far. I have about 1,000 to 1,200 rounds through this thing, and I have not had any issues yet. I've even run this with a super safety on somebody else's lower. So let's talk about how I have this gun set up, right? So if you're building this gun, you really don't need to go as in-depth as I went here. Let's say you're buying your first rifle, you just want something that's, you know, fairly still cheap and expensive. You can buy this gun for about $800 to $850. You can keep the stock handguard if you'd like. I would recommend upgrading it. Like I said, you can send it to Sig, and they would likely put one on for free, so no charge to you. So gun for $850. You buy some good flip-up sights for about $100. And aside from that, if you want maybe a light, but you don't need an optic to have a rifle that you can use. I mean, remember, we're in the new age now, red dots are all the craze, but back in the day, all they had were typically, you know, iron sights, and they were just fine with that. So you can have a rifle without an optic that has iron sights and still a very, very formidable force to use. So if you buy this gun and you want to just do that, you can stock handguard, flip up sights in the gun, you're looking at maybe $1,000, just under 1,000 after taxes. I would suggest a sling for everybody, regardless of what you do with it, because you need somewhere, you know, if you're not going to be shooting the gun and you have to carry it or something like that, you want to have a sling. Honestly, into the setup, you're looking at probably just under 1,100, maybe 1,050, and you have a very good solid rifle that you can use. Let's talk about how I have this gun set up though. So for starters, I have a Romeo and Juliet setup from Sig. This is a Sig Romeo and Juliet. This is a 1X red dot. And my only gripe about this is that these buttons up here are pretty stiff at times, but it's okay. They kind of loosen up a little bit as you use it, but nothing crazy. It's still a bit stiff. Here's the Micro Juliet, which is a 3X magnifier. So I just recently took a class with this gun, and you know, I was able to, you know, run it with this for the most part, and it was great because this makes target acquisition pretty quick. But if you want to reach out and touch something a little bit further, better accuracy, you can flip this over and you're good. So I have this, and I have Magpul backup sights front and back, as you can see there. So my only gripe is that I cannot flip this back over with that sight up, but it's not a big deal. You know, just put that back over, call it a day. Aside from that, I have a TLR RM2, which is 1,000 lumen light on a tape switch. And my only other gripe about this gun is the fact that these handguards don't have Picatinny rows the whole way down, right? But like I said, you know, for what you're getting, it's a great price. It's just that they're gonna have to cut costs somewhere. That's one of the places they don't have pick rows on it. So you can buy your own M-Lock stuff. I bought one from Magpul here, and this one I think is like Bond Talk off of Amazon. You can get like this 4-pack for not too expensive. These are aluminum. So that way I can mount this up here, and mount the light. Aside from that, I do have the Sig vertical grip and barricade stop, which ran me about $32. As far as the barricade stop goes, you can really, you know, put that on a platform and use it as another point of contact to really stabilize the rifle. So honestly, I feel like for $32, this is not a bad addition to the rifle. Sights were just under 100. I'll put everything on the screen. This was 32. This was just under 300. It's like 280. The sling from Magpul, this is an MS1. It's a QD attached sling right here, as you can see. I have 2 sling points, one here and one here. And aside from that, to hold the sling, I just have a Sabato magnetic mount, which you can get off of Amazon as well, but it makes it very convenient to store your stuff out the way. Then you have where you can put one in the stock. So if you don't want to buy 2 of them, you just buy one, you put one here and then one here. I personally prefer like the more spread out sling from here to here. Yeah, and even then, this one also comes with a QD point here. The trigger on this is really nice. So I mean, it's just a regular kind of AR-15 trigger, but I really don't feel like necessary to upgrade to the V2 trigger or the 2-stage trigger. But yeah, I mean, I did a lot of searching. I really landed on this rifle because of all the benefits it had for the price. Yeah, I did spend a little bit of money, but honestly, with most of these guns, if you really get them set up how you want it, you're gonna end up spending more money. I didn't have to buy all this stuff and put it on here, but I wanted to. My girlfriend complains about the weight a little bit, but honestly, if you're like a full-grown dude, this shouldn't be that bad. Just train with what you have, go lift a little weight, you'll be all right. This really isn't that heavy. Honestly, it feels pretty light to me, but you know, she's not as strong of her body as I am. I also like that this gun does have forward assist. Some ARs are now coming without them. Why, I don't know. I feel like it's part of the design. Whether you feel like you need one or not, it should be there, in my opinion. None of the guns I found in the price range under 1,000 really had ambidextrous controls and a stainless steel barrel. If any of you guys saw that, please let me know, because I would like to look into buying a secondary one. My girlfriend needs a rifle too, so we've been looking at other stuff. But honestly, I haven't really seen other rifles that came with this level of stuff at that price range. On top of that, just a stock, I like the fact that I didn't have to change the stock, because I do like the Magpul SLK stock. I didn't have to change it. That is one of my gripes with some of my other rifles, is the fact that they have, you know, A2 grips, A2 stocks. I had to change those, and that was a big thing for me. So you guys let me know in the comments, you know, what you think. This gun has been really good to me. Like I said, class I took, it was very, very smooth shooting. I've had no problems running it hard or running it fast at all. Like I said, it even ran with super safety. And granted, like 1,200 rounds is not a lot of ammo through a gun like this, but that's still enough for me to be able to. I've tried different types of ammunition, from M855, M193 to hollow points to, you know, various things of the sort. So I've been able to kind of test and see, and it's eating everything I've thrown at it. So, you know, the fact that it has a stainless steel barrel that's really durable and is gonna last, that was more than good enough for me, you know, especially for my first full-size rifle. This was my first full-size 5.56 rifle. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know, drop in the comments how you feel. Let me know if you have any questions about this rifle, anything I didn't cover on my particular setup or what I use it for. Ask me in the comments and I'll be happy to share. And let me know if you guys want me to do any future videos with this gun. I'll be more than happy to. With that being said, thanks for tuning into my channel. Catch you on the next one.